Good evening. Today I will be presenting my Comparing Mollusks presentation. First, let's talk about the giant squid. The giant squid's Latin name is Arctidexis dux. Giant squid belong to the phylum Cephalopoda. Giant squid also belong to the family Architoothidae. Giant squid anatomy. Parts of the giant squid include the beak, 2 tentacles, 8 arms, the eye, mantle, and stabilizing fins. The tentacles and arms aid in capturing prey, and the beak breaks down the prey into bite-sized pieces like teeth in humans. The eyes specialize in spotting out bioluminescent prey because they live in dark, deep waters. The mantle protects all internal organs and also allows the squid to move through the water by jet propulsion. Water enters through the mantle and is squeezed out to propel them through the water. Okay, so the habitat of the giant squid is shown in the diagram here. Giant squid are found near continental and island slopes, and they mainly enjoy the North Atlantic Ocean, but some have been spotted in Africa and Australia. Each red dot is a sighting of a giant squid. Okay, the giant squid feeding. So giant squid have long tentacles that are more than twice the size of their body and can shoot out like a net to capture their prey. Scientists, from examining the contents of their stomachs, have found that giant squid feed on deep water fishes and sometimes other squid, and this includes other giant squid. The reproduction includes the fact that giant squid live for about 5 years but only reproduce once in their life, no pressure, and sperm is injected directly into the female's arms, which is then assumed to go into the female, excuse me, which is then used to internally fertilize the female's eggs, and after they are fertilized, they are expelled in a gel. Alright, and as for their predators, one predator is the sperm whale, and scientists have found that giant squid beaks have been found in the stomachs of sperm whale. Additionally, when sperm whales beach, they've been found to have sucker marks on their bodies, which is evidence of them fighting with the giant squid. Additionally, sleeper sharks have been known to prey on bottom fishes, octopus, and squids, and this actually includes the giant squid too. Alright, let's move on to the colossal squid. The Latin name of the colossal squid is Mesonychothis hamiltoni. Colossal squid belong to the phylum Cephalopoda, and colossal squid belong to the family Cranchidae. Alright, so the colossal squid anatomy is pretty similar to the giant squid. However, their proportions are just a bit different. The body parts of this colossal squid are very similar to the giant squid, like I said, and include the beak, 2 tentacles, 8 arms, the eye, mantle, and stabilizing fins. The tentacles and arms aid in capturing prey, and the beak breaks down the prey into bite-sized pieces like teeth, like I said with the giant squid. The eyes are thought to be the largest eyes ever studied by scientists. And the mantle protects all internal organs like the giant squid, and has tiny chromatophores all over it that give it its red color. When these cells contract, the color appears paler. Alright, as for the habitat of the colossal squid, colossal squids are deep water creatures like the giant squid, and because of this, little is known about their whereabouts. They have been primarily found in Antarctica and primarily south of 40 degrees south. And as you can see in that diagram, all those little red marks are sightings or what's believed to be colossal squid, and that giant gray area right there is Antarctica. I appreciate this diagram because it also shows sperm whale sightings too. That way you can kind of compare their predators with the colossal squid. As for their feeding, they use their tentacles and arms to capture prey like the giant squid, and are known to feed on Patagonian toothfish, which is also known as Chilean sea bass. They're also known to track down lines cast by fishermen and follow those to find prey too. As for their reproduction, little known is about the way that the colossal squid reproduces, and this is because no male or females have been collected by scientists. It's assumed that they reproduce similarly to the giant squid. Their predators, like the giant squid, include the sperm whale, and like I said before, the most notable predator of the colossal squid is the sperm whale. While colossal squid are rarely seen, sperm whales often have claw and sucker marks left by the squid. Another predator of the colossal squid includes the southern elephant seal, and as I was reading, I found that little species pursued the colossal squid at adult stages, and so if another species is going to eat them, they're going to be at a juvenile stage. So as for the southern elephant seal, they often feed on juvenile colossal squid rather than adults. And like I said, however, sperm whales are the only organism known to eat adult colossal squid. Alright, let's do some comparison here. So the giant squid is at its longest recording length is 43 feet, and this includes tentacles. The colossal squid, at its longest recorded length, is 46 feet, so this is a 3-foot difference. The squid weighs nearly the giant squid weighs nearly a ton, which is 1,000 pounds, and the colossal squid weighs about 1,100 pounds. So, like I said, that's another 100-pound difference. Other than that, their anatomy makeup is pretty similar, and we're going to talk about that on the next slide. Alright, let's compare their biology. Some similarities is that the colossal squid and giant squid share the same external and internal anatomy. So think about those arms, those tentacles, the beak, eye, mantle, fins, all of that is the same. However, their proportions may vary. As for their differences, the biggest difference is that colossal squids tend to have shorter bodies, and that's supposed to say longer tentacles, while giant squid have the opposite. They have longer bodies and shorter tentacles. Alright, let's talk about their feeding habits. Some similarities is that both organisms feed on fish of their surroundings. However, little is known about the colossal squid, which is a reoccurring theme here. So their feeding habits are assumed to be the same, include deep underwater fish. However, their differences include the fact that sources suggest that while colossal squid are also hunters, they may also rely on fishing line to find prey for them, and I mentioned that before. I didn't really find any evidence that the giant squid do the same. And then finally, their similarities include the fact that for their range, include the fact that both species are found in deep water. In fact, they both have many adaptations that allow them to live in those climates, and I talked about that before with their chromatophores and their ability to spot bioluminescent organisms with their eyes. Some differences include the fact that evidence suggests that giant squid can be found in many parts of the ocean, while the colossal squid sticks mainly to Antarctica, and we saw that in those diagrams that I had earlier. And then finally, comparing predators. I kind of talked about this before, but some similarities is that both species have sperm whale as their predator. I talked about how Claw and sucker marks on beached sperm whales are evidence of this, and I also talked about how they found beaks in the stomachs of sperm whales. However, other than sperm whale, little information is known about other species that feed on them as adults. Some differences include that other than the sperm whale, little species feed on adults, like I just said. And for the giant squid, the sleeper shark may hunt them. And for the colossal squid, the southern elephant seal may hunt juveniles. All right, thank you so much for listening to my presentation. That is all.